Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, cool. So it's recording now. All right, guys. So this is your boy Trey, but let's just talk um, life coaching. Again, this is a free consultation that I'm having, and I'm here with Imani, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool, cool, cool. So again, this is a consultation. We're recording this. Just I use it as branding material as well as to just showcase and share her a bit of background about her and who she is, and just a bit of the consultation itself. So, starting out, my first question to you is, where
Okay.
are you from? Well, first off, I'm sorry, your name, where are you from, and have you lived there all your life?
Ooh, okay. So we're gonna not go in that order because it helps to explain a little bit more. So, um,
Hmm.
my parents are Caribbean. One of my parents was from Haiti, the other parent is from Jamaica. I grew up in New Jersey. I live in Atlanta. Um, so yeah, a lot going on there. My first name, like my government name, is Amanada. But that is a
Mm,
lot growing up, especially in a completely different country. And then when I moved down here to
yeah.
the South, that was way too much for a lot of the Southerners to say.
Yeah.
And so my middle name is Amani. And so we've just been rocking with that for the longest.
Mm, I love it. I love it. Now, I will say this: your actual like government name is beautiful. Can you repeat that again?
Amanada.
Oh, that's dope. Does that have a meaning behind it?
Serenity, like peaceful.
Uh, that's Jamaican, or
I'm sorry.
is that Jamaican?
Um, I'm not quite positive to be completely honest with you. I just
Mm,
I did do research into it a long, long, long time ago, and then I just never really kept up with it.
yeah. Wow. I mean, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. But thank you for answering all those questions. And so, what made you move to Atlanta? If you don't mind me asking.
Ooh. Um,
Getting deep. We getting deep.
okay. So taking a step back then, because it's a lot. So,
Mhm.
actually, I just Googled it because why not? My name is
Hey,
Arabic. My name is Arabic. And so is Amani actually.
what?
And so in Arabic,
Wow.
it's the root word amin, and amin means reliability, trustworthy, faithful, loyal. But I've always been told it means serenity. So maybe it transferred in different ways.
Wow.
But to answer your question, um, how did we end up in Georgia? So
Hmm.
when I was 8, my older
Mm,
brother was 16. He ended up passing. And so
mm,
when he passed, he well, mm, it was a very traumatic event because I found him. Like he was on my bedroom floor. And
wow.
so at the
Mm,
time, I didn't really process it well. I didn't process it at all. And then as I got older, I started to process
yeah.
it, and I just really, it just wasn't a great time. Him and my mom didn't have the greatest relationship.
Mm,
They argued a lot. They were back and forth. And then later on, me and my mom didn't have the greatest
mm,
relationship either. And so when I was 14, she was like, if you're going to do that in my house, you're going to get out. And what did I do? I left. I left and I ended up getting really heavy. Like I became a drug addict. I wasn't doing what I needed to do. I was just living life barely. I was always high. It was just really, really
mm,
bad.
mhm.
So I
Yeah.
was probably like 16. And the girl next to me just did a line of coke. She died literally like same moment. And I said, I need to get sober. I went back to my mom. My mom moved us down here, and I have been down here ever since.
Mm, wow. That is wow. Yes, so I know you told me this before, but it's just like still thinking about it. I'm just like, wow, you really, when you ask people a question, you sometimes can expect them to say the same thing. But then
Mm-hmm.
when you hear something like what you just said, it's like, man, you realize, your bad days ain't really your bad days because people done had worse. I'm dead serious. I won't get that deep because I have more questions, but I'll definitely circle back around to a few things you mentioned.
Okay.
Um, what do you do for a living now? Don't mind me asking.
I'm a teacher.
Is that preschool? I forgot. Is it K through 12?
Elementary. K through 5.
K through 5. Wow.
K through
Yeah, you
5.
did say that. You did say that.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. Cool. 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 Do you love what you do? And then why? Why not?
Absolutely. I absolutely love what I do. Um, I think that the best teaching moment happens to me when you watch a kid make a connection.
Wow.
And like that doesn't happen every day, obviously.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can say the same thing for 3 weeks, and for whatever reason today at 5:30, it clicks for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could have told you the exact same thing the very first time I said it, and it
Hmm.
did not click.
Yeah.
But watching those connections where they finally figure out something that they've been working on for the longest, the look on their face is priceless.
That's good. That's good. That's so true. That's so true. Like even for yourself when that happens, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
You're
wow,
so proud.
you're so proud.
You're so proud.
That revelation is like, wow,
Hmm.
this is it. This is what I've been trying to get. That is beautiful. I think you are definitely in the right career because the right profession because again, you have love for what you do, and I can hear it by what your response was. That's the why. That's amazing, and I'll definitely say like, congrats. I tip my hat off to you because a lot of teachers I know personally do not love what they do. So hats off. That's all. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I know I asked you this, but I guess just for the consultation, where do you see yourself in five
um,
years?
and I'm gonna ask my question again. Maybe this time you'll have an answer. Um, 1 second. Hold on. Got it. Got it. Call you in a second. Call and 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry.
Nope.
Um,
Okay.
no, the twins' dad was calling, so I told him I was on the phone. I know he doesn't need anything, but I just wanted to let him know.
Yeah.
Where, in what context? Like 5 years is such a one is a very broad time span, but also like as a mom, because I do have kids,
Hmm.
as a sibling, as a child, as um a person, as a teacher, career wise. Like, what do you mean?
Hmm. So kind of all of that, I would definitely say. I know you mentioned as a parent, you kind of didn't necessarily have to, but or you didn't really see too much to that because there's so much to being a parent. Um, but yeah, but still as a mom, as a daughter,
Um,
as a sibling, as a as a woman, as a teacher, all those different aspects.
so I'm in school, finishing my
Mm,
degree in elementary education and special education. It's 2 for 1.
okay.
I will be done, I think, in 27. Don't quote me on that. That's the goal. Hopefully before that, but that is the goal.
Hmm.
I will, that's it's 25, 27. 27 is in 2 years.
Hmm.
So I should be teaching solidly 3 years with my own classroom. Um,
Mm,
I eventually want to get into being a kindergarten art teacher, like in an autism unit, a kindergarten autism classroom. That would be my goal, ultimately, as like
mm,
a teacher. I'm not gonna lie and say that's where I'm gonna be within the first 3 years of teaching because it's very realistic. I won't be. I
yeah.
know that.
Mm,
But that's where I want to finish. Like I want to get my own class eventually. That's my goal.
yeah.
Um, By then, though, my kids will be one next month. So in 5 years, they'll be turning six. And that means that we will
Hmm.
have made it 6 years together. I'm not going to
Yeah.
say I'm a single parent. I am trying to co-parent, and I have not been very successful thus far, but we're working
Right.
on it.
You're working on
Um,
it. Exactly.
we're working on it. There are days where it's like I don't want to be bothered with him. He doesn't want to be bothered with me, and that's fair. There are
Hmm.
days where it's literally just screaming at each other. There are days where we'll
Hmm.
cry because we're not figuring this out. There are other days where it's like our kids are surviving and they're alive and they're thriving, and we're figuring this out as parents.
Yeah.
Um, as a person, as a woman, I have been to therapy. I've also been in a mental institution. As a person, as a mom, I have been through a lot, and it's just, I think at this point, just taking time to kind of decompress.
Hmm.
At the time I had my girls, my kid's father and I were separating. Um,
Mm.
and it's been up and down with us for the past year or so. Um,
Yeah.
and it's been hard going from living with my spouse, living with this person, having kids with
Mm.
this person, to not seeing them
Hmm.
every day, to
Hmm.
not having that support, to
Yeah.
being stressed out and feeling like a single parent is hard, especially because
Yeah.
he had moved on. And it's
Hmm.
definitely just kind of up and down some days. Some days I'm cool with her and I think she's a great person. Other days I don't want to see her face. I don't want to talk about her. Um,
Hmm.
and it's a lot.
Hmm.
But I'm hoping that within the next 5 years, she and I will be successful at co-parenting. We can
Wow.
have conversations that aren't arguments. We can talk things
Yeah.
through,
Hmm.
but we're not there today, and that's okay.
And that's
Um,
okay. Yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
I think.
Well, you said a lot. And no, go ahead. Go ahead. Hmm.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I think it's just about recognize. I am very good at recognizing when I'm wrong and apologizing for it. I am. I can hold myself accountable. I also think that it's important though that if I'm holding myself accountable, we're all gonna be held accountable.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And it has to be that way. There could be no other way. If we aren't taking accountability for what it is that we have done or do, you know, where does that where does that take us? Right. But in the loop, you just end up stuck in a loop of blaming. The
Right.
blame game, right? You just keep playing the blame game. It's like this person did this person did this. And so that's why what you said is amazing. I love what you said. Even what you said gives me an idea of your mindset as a life coach. It gives me an idea of where you are in terms of where you're headed. And I think it's an amazing trait, amazing thing that you just said, amazing mindset, amazing perspective. Okay. With what you said, everything that you just said in your life up until now, are you happy right now? And then why not? Are you happy?
Mhm. Mm. That's a question I think that I have to ask myself from day to day, from moment to moment. Right now, today, am I happy? No. Yesterday, was I happy? Yes.
Mm.
I think also, though, and this is horrible to say, I'm a very codependent person. I
Mm.
hate being alone. I hate being alone.
Mm.
And it's
Okay.
one of the reasons why me having my kids like full time, it's not
Yeah.
helpful.
Yeah.
Um, because I start to kind of depend on my kids to be happy, and it's bad. Like I also realized like the twins' dad was also really codependent. Um,
Mm.
but he was a lot better than I was. Like he could be by himself. I never wanted to be alone. Especially when I was pregnant with the twins. Oh, he hated me. Like I was
Wow.
so clingy. I was horrible. But it's like
Mm.
I also know that I make bad decisions when I'm alone. When my brother died, I was
Mm.
alone. I started self harming. When I
Mm.
ended up leaving my mom's house, I was alone. I got addicted to drugs. Um,
Mm.
Even since I've been
Mm.
clean, Like sometimes when I'm having a bad day, I'm a chain smoker. I was a chain smoker a long time ago. In order to quit drugs,
Mm-hmm.
I started smoking cigarettes. And
Mm-hmm.
so I had to quit cigarettes. I did successfully quit cigarettes, but if I'm having a bad day, I will go smoke a pack of cigarettes. The other
Yeah.
day,
Mm-hmm.
I got so anxious. I was with my baby daddy. We were having a conversation, and I said, I need cigarettes. He said, no, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And he will hold me accountable. And
Mm-hmm.
I do love that about our relationship. He holds me accountable. He'll tell me, no, you don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
And at a certain point in time, I said, fuck it. I have a car. I'm going to go. I went, he got in the car with me. I bought a pack of cigarettes. He said, you're not going to smoke the whole pack. And he said, I'm going to give you this opportunity to be anxious and to be upset and to have your moment. You can smoke some cigarettes, but you're not going to smoke the pack. And he took half of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he was very open about the fact that, like, you're going to be around to take care of our kids. You're going to help me do this.
Mm-hmm.
And he holds me accountable in multiple ways. Sometimes he
Yeah.
lets me slip.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the opposite way. I let him slip. I think the other thing though
Mm-hmm.
is that I have been with that man literally my entire adult life. Um
Mm-hmm.
and so there are some things that it's like I'll be telling a story and I'll burst into tears because he's not around anymore. Or I'll be telling somebody something and it's like, dang, I really wish I could call him and tell him that. There are also times where it's like I'll be telling somebody else's story, whether it's a new potential prospect of like a partner or
Yeah.
somebody who might want to
Mm-hmm.
have interest in me. And my stories are almost always about him or the things that we did together.
Mm-hmm.
And it upsets people because it's like, dang, are you still in love with him? No, I just
Yeah.
don't
I
have any
say.
stories without him. I
Yeah.
literally have never
Mm-hmm.
had an opportunity we grew up as adults. We came into adulthood together. And so it's like, I don't know what else to tell you. That's all I got.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Wow. 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 No, that's you tell it you are open, and I love this. Like this is just a consultation, and you're an open book, and I love that. I love that. It's I'm somebody that loves to pick someone's brain, as we've talked before, and like
Mhm.
just being able to hear how open you are and how self-reflective, how self-aware you are. I think that um is something I really love about you. You're very self-aware. You're not fooled by yourself. You understand who you are. You understand what makes you tick. You spent time understanding that. And to me, that I freaking love that. I love when a person gets to that point. And obviously, you can never get perfect at it, but you can grow. Um, and just hearing what you're saying right now, I admire. Um, all right, we had 16 minutes, so I'm gonna ask a few more questions, and just to kind of get an idea of what is that I'm trying to extract from you from the consultation. Um, what things or systems right now are you doing daily to help you reach your goals and build and sustain your happiness in 5 years? So those goals and things that you have in 5 years, what things are you doing right now? You would say help you get
um,
to those
I can't
goals.
tell
So you
you.
do current.
I think this is going to be a very interesting conversation because I can't tell you on a daily basis what I do, but I can tell you how I operate on a weekly basis because it's how my mind works.
Come on.
Um,
Hmm.
I think that, yes, I could definitely break things down into a day to day process, but my day looks so different. It's not consistent. And so I would
Yeah.
end up being
Hmm.
repetitive and telling you, like, on this day, I do this thing. It's the same thing I do each week, but it's in a different
Hmm.
order.
Yeah.
Um, so I break it down like I have a count. Firstly, I have a desk calendar at my workstation. I have a big
Hmm.
old pink calendar that I carry around with me. In it
Hmm.
goes homework, doctor's appointments, any appointments that we have, like me and the twins,
Hmm.
anything that if they're going to visit their dad for the day, I put that in the calendar.
Wow.
Funerals, weddings, things like
Hmm.
that. And it goes
Funerals.
with me. Yes. Everything that
Wow.
goes homework assignments. What time they're
Wow.
due. I have a class every Wednesday. It's in my calendar every Wednesday what time I need to be at my class. Um, the beginning and ending of my school sessions. Oh, thank you for that. By the way, I needed that thought process. Anyway, um,
Mhm.
I keep everything in here.
Yeah,
Um, everything. And so
that's really good. Mm.
I make sure that's first thing. And so I
Yeah.
try to keep up with that. The next thing that I
Mhm.
will do is um typically the next step for me is going in and going, so that's my monthly. Now I'm gonna go in each week and I'm gonna on Sunday. I try to do it on Sunday. I'll go through each week
Mm.
and I'll write out those things from my monthly calendar into my weekly calendar, and I'm gonna plan them
Wow.
out. So like I put due dates. So for example, if I have an assignment that's due
Yeah.
Wednesday, on Wednesday, I'm going to write it on Monday that I need to start working on it. Tuesday, I need to be done with it. Wednesday, I need to turn it in. It's more detailed and more in step.
Mhm.
For example, Easter is today. Yesterday,
Yeah.
I went shopping for me and the twins, made sure we had Easter clothes. I knew today we had something to do. Um, and so now I'm taking the opportunity to get some homework done a little bit. I try my hardest to make sure that everything is like very specified because that's how my brain is.
Mm.
If I don't put it down to a T, it will
Mhm.
not get done.
Yeah.
It
Like
won't
me.
get done. And so I try my hardest
Yeah.
I try my hardest to keep everything together.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
sometimes I'm there and I'm not, and sometimes I'm just struggling a little bit.
Yep.
Um, but from day to day, though, my day pretty much looks the same except for Wednesdays. But
Mm.
Monday through Friday looks like this. Me and the twins, we wake up. Well, I wake up for my kids because I get their bottles and stuff ready for school. So try my hardest to wake up between 4:30 and 5. Go
Mm.
downstairs, get their
Wow.
bottles ready. I get the twins up around, oh, and then I take a shower. I get the twins up ready, like up
Mm.
around 6. We have to be out of the house no later than 6:45. Drop them off at school, go to work.
Mm.
My job, I get off of work officially at 3:10. That's what time I clock out. I'm probably done with my work session about 2:45 because I have car rider duty.
Mm.
So after I come
Mhm.
back from car rider duty, I stay till 4 o'clock every day to do homework. I do not
Wow.
take my homework home to my kids. At 4 o'clock, I leave that building no matter what's done. I
Mm.
usually plan things out though. So it's like on Sunday, I plan out on Monday between this hours, these are the things I want to get accomplished. Tuesday on these hours this is what I want to get accomplished. I stay I
Mhm.
don't stay, I try not to stay Fridays. But I will stay Monday through Thursday. Then Friday is usually our free day. Saturday, I pick it back up. I do homework in the morning if I need to, or if we have something to do, I'll do it in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Um, Sunday is another free day, but on Sunday, I restart my schedule. And that's
Mm.
pretty
Okay.
much how
Uh,
how we go. It's a lot.
mm.
I know it sounds like a lot, but once
But it's a
once the
system.
plan, yeah, once the
Hmm.
system is in place, is good. It's not that bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. And there's two more questions here. Would you say these systems are working for you? Do you feel like it's working?
Um, Unfortunately, everything is pretty much based on my moods. If I had a bad day at work, sometimes I don't stay till 4 o'clock. I just take that stuff home. Um,
Hmm.
I find it really hard to like self motivate sometimes,
Hmm.
especially around this time. Like a lot of trauma responses start to kick in around this time. Like this time last year, for example, I was I was moving out of my apartment with my baby daddy
Mm.
by myself, pregnant with
Yeah.
this.
So you think about that. Yeah.
So
Wow.
then the year before that, I think we were like fussing and cussing and arguing, and I just have a lot of
Mm.
like, bad events. that are coming up. And then this time
That
last year
coming.
also, my
Hmm.
sister died, and I wasn't able to go to her funeral because I was pregnant.
Man, my
So,
condolences about it. Hmm.
oh, thank you. So it's
Yeah.
like also just unrelated to my having my kids, but
Yeah.
it's just it's a lot. And so I think a
Uh,
lot now I find it really hard to self motivate. I literally have to be like, all right, I have
mm.
to get stuff done or else I'm not gonna graduate.
Yeah. 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 Kind
And
of
that's
you
been
to that.
my
You just stuck to
yeah,
that.
that's been
Yeah.
my
That
motivating
last,
factor.
that dire need.
Like I need
Yeah.
to do this. I'm gonna have to repeat this class again next semester.
Hmm. 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 And that drives you. You have to use that to drive. I got you. I got
Yeah, versus like
you.
usually I'm happy to do homework, but now
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. And to be honest, that's where a life coach comes in. That's where we come in. That's where we and I'm trying to understand your systems. I'm trying to understand your blind spots, and you're giving it to me. You give me the information I need, but that's what I needed. I'm needing these things that you're saying. Let me ask you this one, the final question: are you having fun while implementing these systems? Are these systems to you as a whole like? Are you dreading them? Is it like a dread when you're doing these systems and you're not really having fun? Or for the most part, are you, you know, implementing your systems or have systems in a way that you enjoy, you're happy to do?
um
Or does that still come with the lack of motivation that you're talking about?
yes and no. Oh, oops. Yes and no. I think one of the again, number one, everything for the most part is tied to my mood. That's problem number one. I'm aware. Problem number two will come in though, and this is big thing for me. Um, I grew up in a household where things that you have to do are not fun. So it's like there's no
Mm,
motivation for me cleaning my house or washing my ass, right? And my mom has always been like this.
mm.
There's no motivation for you to do those things. You just have to do those things. And so it's kind of where I
Something
am with
new.
this.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily fun. It's not a good thing either, but I'm getting it done because I know I have to get it done, not because I'm enjoying it or I'm having a good time, but it's like it has to get done. It needs to get done.
Mhm. Mm. I appreciate that rawness. Thank you for that. Thank you for telling me that. Like telling me your perspective in regards to that, to your systems and what you're doing, because it has to be done. That mentality, that perspective of, it's not really something you've grown up with. Uh, and I understand that completely. I completely understand that. That's actually kind of how I've been raised. But okay, okay, no, this is good. All right, because we're over a little over time, but that's okay. I just wanted to get a bit more out of you.
It's
All right, that's a lot of what I wanted to answer, or have answered, because again, I kind of go back and listen to these when I'm taking notes, when I'm making plans as a life coach and things of that nature. And so, uh, more what I do or what I would do with this information, but this is just the groundwork here. This is just a consultation, getting to know you. This is strictly about you and about your systems and about how you operate, about how you're feeling, about your future goals. And that's kind of what I wanted to try here. This is pretty, I mean, you freaking you gave me whole bunch of stuff I didn't even think you would give me. And thank you, because it really helps. As a life coach, it helps being able to know and understand um, your client. Whether you want to go further or not, I'm just saying in general, understanding for future clientele and future consultations, it really helps me understand certain aspects and ways people are perceiving certain things when I ask them. Um, do you have any other questions before I close out, or comments? Anything you want to say? This is perfect.
no, I'm good as long as you have everything you need.
Absolutely. And again, just for people who are going to watch this, 'cause we're going to post this on YouTube too,
That's
as
fine.
a part of my branding. for yeah, thank you so much for letting me record it. But anything you want to say to the people, anything you want to say in regards to um your your questions or your perspectives, or any questions you may have for me.
Nope.
All right, cool, cool, cool. All right, Imani, thank you so much. We're gonna talk off camera. I'm just gonna stop the recording. But
Okay.
again, guys, it's your boy Trey with Let's Just Talk Life Coaching with Imani. She took the time out and came on here, and I truly appreciate it. Again, this is my free consultation for my life coaching. And Imani, we're just going to talk a little bit off camera. But until next time, guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. If you want life coaching, you can click the link below, or you can click the link in my bio on Instagram or TikTok, and schedule a free consultation. All right, next time. Peace. Perfect. That was perfect. Imani, thank you so freaking much. That was perfect. Um, all right, so the next steps. You first off, you answered everything. Can you hear me by the way?